In honor of today's movie, I decided to dress as somebody who was raised by wolves. Screech. This beard is getting big again. Alright, hey everyone, welcome to the Quest for the Best, our look back at 2016 and the best films that came out that year. Today we are talking about The Jungle Book, the live action one that Disney did, and I gotta say, I really don't give two craps about these live action adaptations of Disney animated films, but this one was damn good.
Yes.
We heard people say it was good, but I was like, you know what? Most people probably are just saying that because of like the animation, which is ironic since it's supposed to be live action, but we've had this argument numerous times before about when does it count as special effects, when does it count as animation. Which we won't get into that now, but...
Well, Mowgli was live action, so...
Mowgli was live action, and they were in live action, like, actual physical locations. Mm-hmm. So it's like, alright, they were outside to shoot this. That's one thing that bugs me whenever people are like, yeah, do you want to see a live action Lion King? I was like, it'd just be three-dimensional cartoons shot outside against a live action background. Would be the exact same thing. I don't need that.
I'm just imagining them, filming, actual lines and, having CGI lip movement.
A talking cat?
What?
Hi, I'm Simba. I'm a talking cat. If you don't get that reference, good. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this one, and like I said, I thought people were basically just going to applaud this thing because how good the CGI was, and it is damn good. It looks amazing. But no, I forgot how good the Jungle Book cartoon was, and this one takes it a little bit more seriously, which I've never read the actual Jungle Book book, but people have told me, yeah, Disney really toned it down and made it a lot softer and more family friendly in the anime version. This feels a little bit more like what people described in that book. Because not Shere Khan, who's the snake?
Kaa.
Kaa is only in there for a little bit, but Kaa in the original cartoon was kind of goofy.
Yeah.
In this, menacing.
Yeah.
100% menacing. I was like, oh my god, that snake is gonna eat that kid. And I gotta say, I really like the kid in here too. I heard a lot of people complain that the kid was just waving his arms around too much. And I was like, that's kind of how kids act. That's the thing that I love about this is that when he is talking to Bagheera, he's talking to Bagheera like a kid talks to their parent. He'd talk to him why are we doing this? What's this over here? I was like, that's exactly how a kid would act around his age.
I'm gonna be honest, I actually like Mowgli in this version better than the cartoon.
It's been so long since I've seen the cartoon.
I never liked Mowgli in the cartoon. I always thought he was really whiny and really dumb, oh, I'm not afraid of Shere Khan. I don't want to leave the jungle, me. And then he ditches his friends for a girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that part always pissed me off, but I'm glad they did not do that. I'm glad they actually, made Mowgli not only, a kid, but, a kid you can actually like.
That's the other thing, is, the fact that he's actually able to use his intelligence in here. I don't remember any of that from the cartoon.
No.
But here, it's they're do not use man's tricks. They get ticked when he starts, building tools. And at the end, it's he saves the day with that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. And also, all the animals in here are amazing.
They are.
We talked about Kaa. Bagheera is played perfectly by Ben Kingsley, but that's no surprise. As soon as I heard that they were making this, I was like, Ben Kingsley is going to be Bagheera. That's just obvious. But I really like Bill Murray as Baloo. The original Baloo will always have that spot in people's hearts. It's uncomparable because that's the most memorable character from the original one. You can't really compare it. But I also really enjoyed this one. I did not expect to work.
Yeah.
But I really liked Christopher Walken as King Louie.
Yeah, Bill Murray and Christopher Walken were really odd choices, and I thought it wasn't gonna work, but it did.
Yeah. And I think one of the reasons why Christopher Walken worked as King Louie is because he was not at all like he was in the old one. In the old one, he was a jazz club guy. Hey, kid, I want to be like you. Yeah, go on, let's dance. He had monkeys making trumpet sounds behind him. Here, he's a mob boss.
Yeah.
He is just flat out, he's 2 stories tall. There's a great sequence of Mowgli trying to escape, and you just see the giant hand coming through buildings trying to grab him. Mm-hmm. And he's just sitting there who are you? You are from man's world. I'm not trying to do a Christopher Walken impersonation, by the way. This is just kind of like how because Christopher Walken wasn't even really doing Christopher Walken in this. Christopher Walken was doing a mob boss in here. So he was kind of like, he still had that, he still had that Christopher Walken tone to him, but like it was much more subtle, much more kind of laid back, and it kind of combined really well to work and make it just really menacing. It was just like, listen, I know that you have the red flower, because that's something else I don't remember much from the animated one, was the whole idea of fire being man's weapon.
Basically, they didn't mention fire at all until King Louie kidnapped Mowgli, because that was the whole reason why he wanted Mowgli in the first place, was to learn to make fire. And basically, and then Mowgli meets up with Shere Khan. A lightning strikes a tree, and a branch falls and catches on fire, and he's like, "Oh, I'll use this to scare away Shere Khan," and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
in this one, it's a big thing.
Yes.
In this one, all the animals are like, "Listen, we're scared of men because of what they can do, and what they can do is the red flower. No one knows how to create the red flower, but man somehow has mastered it, and it destroys everything. It shows I love that it gave Shere Khan an origin story, because half of Shere Khan's face is messed up, and he's like, yeah, it's because he killed Mowgli's dad when he was a kid, when Mowgli was still just a baby, and Mowgli's dad hit Shere Khan in the face with fire to scare him off, and so now he's like, yeah, I know how powerful the red flower is, it's always there on my face, and that's why he wants to eat Mowgli, which I absolutely loved when they first introduced Shere Khan.
Yeah.
Because it's a great way to set everything up, because they're talking about how there's been this massive drought, and there's something called the Peace Rock, and the Peace Rock is this rock in the middle of this river, and when the drought is heavy enough and the water sinks low enough that you can see the Peace Rock, it's all right, we all have to get along together. We all have to come here and drink at this one water hole, because it's the only source of water right now until the rain comes back, and so as long as the Peace Rock is there, everything's cool.
Yeah, it's called the River Treaty.
Yeah. So, but then when Shere Khan shows up, I mentioned that King Louie is a gangster. I mentioned that King Louie was a mob boss.
Yeah.
Shere Khan is a gangster.
Yeah.
Shere Khan comes in here and is I own all this. I obey the tree. But as soon as that gets back up there, I'm coming for Mowgli. And he says this in front of all the animals.
Yeah.
And no one is willing to stand up to him.
And it's you can tell Shere Khan has authority, because while they were all drinking from the river, Bagheera was with the deer and everything, and they were all getting along. But as soon as Shere Khan shows up, everyone parted. Everyone's made room for him, because they did not want to fuck with him.
Yeah, exactly. And it got to that point where the most like I said, he's gangster in this, and the most gangster thing he does in this is, after Mowgli's clan of wolves have convinced him he has to leave, which that's something I don't even remember from the original animated series. I don't even remember the wolves being that big of a thing in there.
No, they weren't. It's just they raised Mowgli until he was from a baby to a kid, and then suddenly they mentioned, oh, Shere Khan is coming back. We got to put Mowgli back in the man village, and that's when Bagheera comes along, and that's when the story moves along. It's they
leave the wolves behind.
Yeah, and that always disappointed me, because I love wolves, and the wolves do have a very big role in the original Jungle Book.
And I love that. Oh God, what is her name? His mom. His mother wolf, basically.
Yeah.
She is in this all throughout, and she's there. Definitely standing up for her son, definitely standing up for the other cubs, and there's a moment in here where Shere Khan comes in after they have convinced Mowgli to leave, and Mowgli runs away, and he just comes in and is okay, yeah, oh, so the kids left? Alright, that's cool. And he kind of does have this tone of alright, don't worry, I'll go. Everything's fine right now. And then he just turns around, bites the pack leader's neck, and throws him off the cliff, and he's this is my rock now. This is my place. You're my tribe now. And it's that was the most gangster thing I've ever seen. That is literally a gangster going and going this is a real nice place. Yeah, real nice place you got here. And then just killing the guy behind the table, and it's I run this club now. It's
you did not do what I asked. I wanted the man cub to be dead.
Not return to the village.
Yeah, it's now you're going to have to deal with me at all times.
Yeah. But going back to King Louie, one problem that I did have with this, I think the way they did the Bare Necessities song was really good in here because this was really more like a realistic take on this. Like it wasn't nearly as cartoonish, not nearly as poppy and fun. And so when Baloo sings the Bare Necessities, it doesn't feel like a big musical number. It feels like, it's just
two pals singing along.
It's your big drunk buddy who loves to sing songs as you go down the street. Like we've all known that guy who, like on a Friday night, like going down, like, yeah, come on, let's sing this. And like, yeah, and you're like, all right, I'll join in with you. It's like that's the tone that had. So I totally bought that. But when King Louie sings, like I said, it's menacing. None of the other monkeys can even talk. Like all the other monkeys are just monkeys, and he's just sitting there, just so big, doesn't even move at all. And then all of a sudden, he just goes, like music comes out of nowhere, and he legitimately sings, "I Want to Be Like You." And I was like, Christopher Walken is a talented singer. He is an old school song and dance guy. Like he is a Broadway performer. Like he can definitely sing. So I'm not criticizing his singing. I'm just criticizing
how
there's no we have had no other song breaks in here. We have had no other musical numbers in here. Where did this come from?
It's like I feel like "I Want to Be Like You" is like a very iconic song, almost as iconic as Bare Necessity. So I felt like they had to put it in, but they didn't know how to put it in.
With Bare Necessities, they knew how to do it.
Yeah.
With this one, it was like, just have him sing it, I guess. either that, or like I said, Christopher Walken is an old school song and dance guy. It could have been there. It was like, I'll do this, but I have to sing "I Want to Be Like You." It's like, well, it's not really that type of movie. I have to sing "I Want to Be Like You." It's like, all right, Chris, jeez. I mean, we made the monkey huge in this, so he can't really dance. It's fine. I'm not going to dance in it. I just want to sing "I Want to Be Like You." It's like, all right, fine, jeez. Okay, fine, we'll do it.
I can see that happening.
I totally think that might be what happened, because they sing it again during the ending credits sequence.
Yeah.
Which the ending credits sequence is awesome. But the fact that they did again in the ending credits sequence, but they didn't do it again for Bare Necessities, made me go, I think that's what happened. But yeah, I really loved everything else about this. And the thing is, even then, the "I Want to Be Like You" song is really freaking good.
It is.
So I'm like, all right, yeah, I can't. It's weird, but it's not like I'm criticizing his singing. And I mean, King Louie, it's kind of cool seeing this giant ape up there who was so threatening actually sing this song. In a weird way, that's kind of intimidating too. So yeah, I only really have that one small complaint. I don't really have any other problems with this film. This was so much better than what I was expecting, and I heard all the rave reviews. But yeah, I'm glad to hear you say that you like this better than the animated one, because I did too. But like I said, I don't really have much memory of the animated one.
It's like, I like the animated one for its animation, basically. There's a lot of great characters and a lot of great animation, but as far as the story goes, it's pretty simple. Just the, boy trying to go back, making a boy going back to the man village and all that. But with this remake, there's definitely a lot more to it than just that. It goes into more depth.
Yeah, that's the perfect word. This one has a ton of depth to it. And I loved even all the small animals in here. There isn't a single animal in here that I don't like. There's a moment in which Baloo just gets 3 buddies out of nowhere. And I was like, these guys are kind of cool too. I'm fine with them being here too. All right, cool.
Yeah, I was worried that there was going to be the annoying animal sidekick. It's oh god, here we go. But it's no, I actually kind of like these guys.
And they're such great and like I said, I don't remember the animated one really that much. But I love the development that each of the characters really get, because Baloo has a whole character arc in here. In which he was only using Mowgli to get honey at first, and then eventually he kind of likes him, but he realizes he has to do the mature thing and pretend like he doesn't like him. But then when Mowgli gets in trouble, he's like, all right, screw it. I'm going to face my fear of heights. I'm going to climb up this giant freaking mountain to get him back. And I'm like, man, it is great watching this happen. I'm just enjoying every part of it. So yeah, this is one of the most enjoyable films I watched this year. But yeah, let us know in the comments down below what you thought about this. Like I said, this is all leading up to my best films of the year list, which is coming this week. It was supposed to come out last week, but stuff has been going on in the real world, and yeah, you've seen it in the news, and it's kind of been delaying a lot of stuff. So thank you guys for sticking with us throughout this as it slowly moves into February, but I swear to you, it's almost done. We're almost back to regular schedule here on the Professor's Learning channel. But thank you guys very much. Come back next time.
Bye.
Bye.